Hello everyone, CatWeazle here, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Arkham Horror, A Deal with the Devil, turn 14. Okay, as is usual, I've got to fix a cock-up from last turn. This time, it involved Trish Scarborough. Trish Scarborough fought the colour out of space and the skeleton, and then she moved to Southside. Well, you can't do that. She could have evaded the monsters and moved to Southside, but she couldn't fight them and move. Consequently, as she fought them, she's got to remain in the witch house, so she should have had a witch house encounter last turn. Hence, we have the French Hill location deck. So, let's have the encounter now, and hope we get something good and not something horrendous. And let's hope my shuffling improves. Quick cut, and what do we get? The witch house. You find an old journal largely devoured by vermin. Make a luck -3 check to see if certain vital pages remain intact. Right, so her luck, I believe, was at absolute 0. But I'm just checking, I think she's got +1 from somewhere else. She did have +1 from Amy Pierce, but I think it's a -3 check. Yeah, she's just, she wouldn't have achieved that by any stretch of the imagination. So, what is the penalty? If you pass draw 2 spells and keep 1, but there isn't a failure penalty, so we're fine. Very good. Right, so it does mean that she's still in the witch house. We should still be fine, because she'll still be able to get to South Church this turn. So, no problems. Okie coke, let's get the drinking straw of pointing power, and let's remind ourselves where everybody is. Our first player this turn will be Carolyn Fern, who is up here. She's in the Unvisited Isle. She will be followed by Trish Scarborough, who we've just seen is back in the witch house where she should be. And after her is Sister Mary. Sister Mary is in the curiosity shop. And last but by no means least, it's Akachi Onyele. Yes, it's a big turn for Akachi, and Akachi is currently in the second half of a relay, but she will be coming out this turn back to the unnameable to attempt to close and seal that gate. Dun dun dun. Talking of gates, we have, I think it's 4 open gates. Yes, indeed. Let's start down at the woods. We've got a gate to Lost Carcosa in the woods, guarded by a star spawn. We've got the gate to Relay, where a catch is coming out. That is at the unnameable. That is currently guarded by a hunting horror. We also have a gate at Independent Square, which is currently guarded by a wraith. And finally, we have a gate in the village commons to the Dreamlands that is guarded by a cultist and some serpent people. Nice. We're full up in monsters in Arkham. We've got 7. There's nothing currently in the outskirts. The terror level's at 4. We've got 4 monsters in Dunwich. 2 of them, ghosts, aren't going to move, but the cultist and the serpent people I mentioned could go in a vortex. So, if we can, let's have a catch it, just seal this gate this turn, and win. Come on, let's do it. Okay, let's get to the upkeep phase. And here we are with Carolyn. Now, what I was going to do was shove her into Independent Square, but I do not think that we are going to be able to get around that wraith. She'd have to use all her movement points to actually get there. She wouldn't have, she's got the dark cloak, but she'd be trying to sort of like escape with 1 blessed die. Which reminds me, I'm still not doing what I should be doing, which is doing the rolling before I start talking. So, she's got a blessed die. Does she keep it? She does indeed, that's good. We still have the re-roll from, even though she's not blessed herself, we do have the re-roll for this turn from Sister Mary. But at least we don't have to use it on Carolyn. Right, as I was saying, she's going to struggle to get into that gate. So I think what she's going to do is she's actually going to move to downtown. And she's going to stay in the streets. I think we will also move Sister Mary there, and that means then if we do have a problem with a catchy, she can try and move into the independent square gate the turn after, but she will be able to significantly improve her sneak. The reason I'm sending Sister Mary there as well is also to hand over the elder sign, and Carolyn may as well, she's got $6, so Carolyn may as well give that $6 to Sister Mary as well. So we'll do it that way. A Pirate did point out that Sister Mary could have in fact given her elder sign to a catchy and been imprisoned in another world because she can't get lost in time and space. She would have actually come out to South Church, and I'd do that if the hunting horror wasn't there, but because the hunting horror's there, it does mean that my rule is that you can't trade if a monster's present. So unfortunately she won't be able to trade anyway, and I don't think she'd be able to kill the hunting horror, so that's why I'm not carrying on with that. But well thought through. A Pirate pointed out Sister Mary cannot actually be lost in time and space, so nice one. So if we're doing that with Carolyn, she only needs 2 speed. She has got a focus of 3 because she's got Corinna Jones as an ally. So she's going to use 1 just to move the speed down, because you never know. And otherwise we'll just keep it at that, I think. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll leave her at that. And next up will be Trish Scarborough. And here is Trish. Okay, what we're going to do with Trish? Well, we've moved all her sliders to the left hand side as per normal, but what we've got to do this time, we've definitely got to make sure she's got 1, 2, 3 speed. She does have the map of Arkham, but yes, so we'll just use 1 like that. She's not going to have a normal encounter because she's going to be blessing a catchy, so no need to sort of set ourselves up for any encounter card. So we'll move her fight up as far as it'll go, and we will move Laura and Will up 1. So there we go, that's it for her. Again, I've done it again, I forgot to do it again. Should be doing this first. I'll eventually get into the habit of doing it. A 2. She does manage to keep it. So she is still blessed herself. Not that it really matters. She shouldn't need a blessing where she's actually going. So that is it for her. Her job this turn is to bless a catchy, and she has got the gate trophy to do it. Okay, that's it for her. Next up is Sister Mary. Unfortunately, Sister Mary will not be rolling for her blessing because she lost it. But what she will be doing is going downtown like Petula Clark. She needs 2 movement. So I didn't need to take that out of there ready because it's not moving. So she's just going to go to downtown. Right. Yep, that'll be fine. She'll get some money off... Who is it? She'll get some money off Carolyn, and she'll hand over the elder sign to Carolyn, just in case we have any problems with a catchy. Right, that's it for Sister Mary. Talking of a catchy, let's go and see what she's going to do this upkeep phase. And here we are with catchy, and it's a busy old upkeep phase for a catchy. So she has got 1 thing to roll for. I told you I'd start getting the hang of it. She's got a roll for a bank loan. Oh, a 6, so she doesn't have to pay it back. Woohoo! So that's good. And right, now to the meat and potatoes of it. She's got 1 focus. What we're going to do is we're just going to move a speed back. She doesn't need it. Let's get it up to 3 sneak. Right, so done that. First thing she's going to do is, as per the lurker of the threshold, she is going to take a blood pact. So when you gain a blood pact, restore your stamina to full. Her full stamina is 4 because she has Sir William Brinton. So we've done that. Any phase, while this card is refreshed, anytime you would gain any amount of stamina, you may instead gain that amount of power. You may spend a power token as either a clue token or as as 1 sanity when you suffer a sanity loss. Upkeep, this is the important thing, exhaust blood pact and lose X stamina to gain X power. So we've took it, and now we're going to exhaust it. And we're going to take 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, and sacrifice them in order to get 3 of these power tokens. So, whoop, it's fell right through. We'll put them in here. 1, 2. I thought they'd fit in the clue token thing. It's gone right through. Right. Okay. Right. We'll put them in here. Yeah, I think these smaller ones down here are actually meant for these, but there's only 3 of them. So that's 3 in there. So she exhausted the blood pact. Excellent. Next, she's going to do exactly the same with the soul pact, and she's going to exhaust that. And she's going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually 5 it is. So she's going to leave herself with 1 sanity, and she's going to take 5 power tokens. And here's the other 5 power tokens. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's ended up with 8 power tokens. Brilliant, in fact. It'd be much more sensible to put those up here rather than getting in the way everywhere. So both of those have been exhausted. She now has 8 power tokens that she can use as clues. Brilliant. Right, so we've moved her sliders and we've got her power tokens. She has done her rituals and she is ready to come out of relay. She is hanging by a thread, but it is the final gate. Can she do it? Let's find out. Next up, movement phase. Our first player is Carolyn Fern, so she's going to go 1 and 2 to downtown. So that is her movement. After her, it is Trish Scarborough. And here is Trish. So she's going to move 1, 2, then she's going to exhaust the map of Arkham, and she is at South Church. Excellent stuff. After her, it's Sister Mary, who's in the Curiosity Shop. And here's Sister Mary. She's going to go 1, 2, and then we are going to trade with Carolyn. So let me just sort that out. And she is going to give Carolyn this elder sign. And also Carolyn is going to give her $6 in exchange. So Sister Mary now has $9, just in case she has to go back to the Curiosity Shop and get yet another elder sign. I think there's one left. Why not? So, I'm gonna have to stop chuckling like that. I sound like Dr. Hibbert off The Simpsons. Stop it! Right, we'll carry on. That was it for Sister Mary, and next it's Akachi. And here's Akachi way up here at relay, and she's coming back all the way here to the unnameable. Okay, so that is it for her movement. That is it for the movement phase in totality. Let's get on with the Arkham encounter phase. Both Carolyn and Sister Mary are obviously in the downtown streets, so they won't be having an encounter. So we'll get straight on to Trish, and then we will go to Akachi. And here we are with Trish. So instead of having an encounter here, you may spend 5 toughness worth of monster trophies or 1 gate trophy to have any investigator you choose be blessed. In fact, I've just thought on, she's going to spend the monster trophies. She has got 5 toughness worth. The reason she's spending the monster trophies is if she spends a gate trophy, it means they have to go through the failure of Akachi's personal story. It wouldn't affect what Akachi's going to do. It just basically means she's got to get rid of all the spells or something like that. But to save a lot of hassle, we'll just chuck these back in. So she's doing 5 toughness instead of the gate trophy. 5 toughness worth of monster trophies. This means that she can bless Akachi. So Akachi is now blessed, and that'll be very important because it's Akachi next. And let's see if she can shut this gate. And here we are with Akachi, and she's got all her power tokens ready. Right, what she's got to do is she's got to roll to try and shut this gate. Now, if you remember, she's got, what is it, a secret rights ability. That means that she gets +1 to close gates. Essentially, it cancels out the Herald's ability, which is -1 to close a gate, so it's going to remain a -3 gate. She's going to close it with Law. Her Law's 5, so she's got 2 dice. But she has got 2 blessed dice. So, come on, Akachi. Oh my god. 2 and a 1. Right, she's got to spend a clue. Well, a power token as a clue. A 6. So, she's got 1 success. She's going to spend another power token. And another 6. So after dragging it out a little bit to put us under pressure, so she spent those as clue tokens, they go away. That kept us going for a second, didn't it? She has, obviously, she's still got 6 power tokens left. She's going to spend 4 of them because she only needs to spend 4 clue tokens in order to seal a gate. She has closed the gate. That goes away. I forgot to use the bloody expiration token again. But the gate's gone. It's been sealed. We have our final blue seal of funkiness. Yogg has been defeated. All these monsters get sucked back in from whence they came, and we have won the game. Whew. So, brilliant stuff. Well done, Akachi. She was awful at the beginning of the game. She couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo, but when it mattered, she came through and she did it. Yeah, Akachi on yellow. She chews gum and she kicks ass. And you know what, Yogg? She didn't have any chewing gum with her. Woo! She did it. So, brilliant. That is the end of Arkham Horror, A Deal with the Devil. And it's a win for the girls. The girls have done a fantastic job and we have won. Generally, thinking about the game, I really like the Lurker expansion. It's good. Mistakes I think I made was I took Bound Allies too early, I think. I could have left it a few turns. I would always take Bound Allies if I had to. If you get forced to take a Dark Pact, I'd take Bound Allies. From what I can see, it's not too bad what can happen to you with Bound Allies. I mean, you can lose all your items and stuff, but that's better than being devoured. Blood packs and soul packs, there's a chance of you getting devoured and all sorts of nasty stuff can happen. So, Bound Allies, very useful. But at the end of the game, if you're getting towards the end of the game and you've got a chance of winning, I would certainly do what we did there, which was, go for it. The fact that you can use power tokens as clue tokens at the end, if you've got one gate to seal, a couple of gates to seal, go for it. Go for it, especially if there are no clues on the board. It's a really good way to get the wherewithal to shut and seal gates. So if you do get in a situation where you've only got a couple of gates to shut, by all means consider taking these pacts, because it's a risk and reward thing. If you're near the end of the game, there's more chance that you're not even going to get a gate opening, so you won't have to take a reckoning card. There's more chance you'll get monster surges and stuff like that, because you might have a few gates open, and you've got seals, and stuff like that. Obviously gate bursts and things, there's not much you can do about those, but by the end of the game there, what initially a couple of turns ago seemed pretty reckless was actually, the way to go. It got everything shut quicker. It was only a bit nail biting at the end there because Akachi well, she didn't really have anything to help us shut the gate. If we'd had more clues, then it'd have been an absolute doddle. But as it was, like, we had to swap power tokens in for clues, and it worked out. So, excellent game. Sister Mary, though, was the most valuable player. If she keeps her blessing for any length of time at the beginning of the game, then she's a beast. I can see how she's weak. If she loses a blessing really early, then you're going to struggle with her, because her abilities aren't that good. She's not too good at shutting gates. She's not too much at killing stuff. So really, she's not even good at buying stuff, because she doesn't start with any money. So you've got to relegate her into something like whereby everybody else gives her the money if she doesn't have a blessing. But if she passes a personal story, that's huge. Having that extra reroll, I mean, that saved her blessing once. It saved, I think it was Carolyn, a blessing another time. So that was excellent. Obviously, one of the things where we were outrageously lucky was the amount of elder signs I picked. I mean, I picked that many. I didn't even have to use one of them. that's still in... Carolyn's still got one of them. So, but as I say, you know, I shuffled it, I cut it, and I just pulled them off the top of the deck. What can I say? Yes, I am pretty lucky. But yeah, there you go. There's not much to say about that other than yeah, I managed to pull 3 elder signs out, so that helped immensely. But yes, it was a really good game. About halfway through, about turn 6, turn 7, I thought I was really going to struggle, but I think, what was it, turn 9, turn 10, we got 2 seals, virtually one after another, and then it started looking extremely rosy for us. And once we figured out that a catchy could take a shed load of dark pacts, get a load of power tokens, then we were really on a roll then, and we've managed to pull it off. So, brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. And next up will be Eldritch Horror. As I say, it's going to be a bit of a play-by video. We've got a few guys and gals who are interested. So, got Doug Herring is going to be playing, as is Lawrence, and our other player is Mark. But that's just to start off. So that'll be us 4 first. Eldritch Horror, you can get killed, go bonkers, get devoured quite quickly. So we do have several reserves. We've got Anthony as a reserve, we've got Chrissy as a reserve, and we've got Jeremy as a reserve. And I fully expect, like, one of them to get into the game at some point. So what I'll do is I'll clear all this away. This will take quite a bit of time to clear away, and then I'll get busy setting up for Eldritch Horror. I will also probably do a short channel update where I pick the investigators for Eldritch Horror for Lawrence and Jeremy and Chrissy and Doug and Anthony and Mark to pick their investigators. I'll take the last one. I'll pick from whatever's remaining. We'll also pick who the ancient one is and the prelude card. And then we'll get on with it sometime next week. So I hope you'll join us for that. Not sure how it'll go. Might be a complete abject disaster, but we might also have a hell of a lot of fun. So I hope you join in for that. So, thank you for watching. Thanks so much for subscribing, for all the views, for all the hints and the tips, for pointing out where I go wrong, like moving when I shouldn't move, and all the rest of it. It is really helpful. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Talking of support, thank you for everybody who's gone across to Board Game Links to upvote the site. That's marvellous. Thank you. We've finished here, and I hope to see you next week for Eldritch Horror. But until then, this is me, CatWeazle, signing off. Toodaloo.